on the bus on the way back, so we thought we'd just finish up with a good Tipperary song, because I come from Tipperary.
And we really didn't want to leave each other. You know, there's a gorgeous atmosphere down here in Listowel. Can't go home yet.
The girls start calling the boy much earlier about...
I'm with Robin Dunbar, anthropologist and scientist. You have a particular interest in primate behaviour, I believe.
I do. I spent all my early years chasing monkeys around the hills of Ethiopia.
Do you see any similarities between the monkeys in Ethiopia and anybody around here this week?
We're all monkeys and apes at heart, you know. That's, you know, the family we belong to, the biological family we belong to are the apes, the great apes, you know, the chimpanzees, the gorilla, orangutans and ourselves, the ugly quartet, and, you know, that's family. Yeah, we were listening inside to you saying about the rate of attraction in bars as it goes up all night from 8 o'clock up to the end of it, and how you get so much hotter, but so does the opposite sex. Yeah. And do you think there's a lot of that going on in the festival this week? Oh, it happens all the time. And because it's basically Jane Austen, you know. You're hanging around, seen this as the girl's story in her case, you're hanging around for Mr. Darcy to turn up and grab you, and eventually you just got to pull out. You can't hang around any longer because somebody else got him or what have you, so you settle for the curate.
I feel actually the ghosts of great writers who have gone before me. I think they still stalk the corridors of this hotel.
They're friendly ghosts, though.
They are indeed. They're benevolent, watching over.
Yeah, definitely, making sure everything goes to plan.
Yes, they're there around every corner, footsteps on the stairs, silent. Yeah. Echo back, you know, you couldn't hear the rattles in the ghostly chambers of your, you know, caverns of your mind. Yeah.
He looked up at me in a kind of accusing way. You know that famous guy you did the Irish dancing for? He said. I heard he's always taking the piss out of people. You mean he was making fun of me? But he seemed so nice. He was making a mock of you, that's all. Oh, I said. Look, I'm off, safe home. I tried not to cry. So long, he said. It's been nice knowing you.
I'm here with Michael Harding, award-winning author and columnist. Michael, you return and you return and you return to us.
Yeah, I like coming to Listowel. I think there's a great atmosphere. There's no boundaries between the people who are given the readings and the people who are in the audience. You know, there's an intimacy.
Yeah.
And here behind us in the Arms Hotel, you know, people mix. Writers talk to writers, they talk to the public. There's no division.
No.
So it's all like a bit of a party, and I really like that about it. I've done workshops here and I've done a play here, and tomorrow, this year, I'll be reading from Staring at Lakes. So
yeah, looking forward
it's just
to that
lovely
now.
to be
it's
here.
Lovely. Yeah,
people in Listowel, the committee mind writers here better than any other festival in Ireland. I wouldn't mind sitting down once again with somebody like Brian McMahon. In 1971, in September of 1971, I was at a workshop he gave on creative writing. And he was wonderful. He was a masterful teacher.
Yeah.
And I can still remember things he said, advice to young writers at the time. But he had a great passion and intensity of kind of being a teacher. I'd like to sit down with him again.
Please switch on your mobile phones as soon as you leave the building. Thank you.
I am going to be the face of a migraine tablet. Excuse me? Yeah? I'm going to be on a leaflet for migraines, headaches, you know. In Dr. Sordy's all around the country, my face on a leaflet.
I'm here with Rebecca Miller, film
director,
writer, actress, and much more.
There.
She's so talented. How are you enjoying? You just literally arrived, but what do you think of the atmosphere around?
Well, this is the second time I was here. I was here once with The Private Lives of Hippoly, and I absolutely loved it, and I was so excited to come back. I think this is my favorite literary festival I've been to. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So it bears up well to all the other literary festivals around the world.
Well, I mean, honestly, I haven't been to so many around the world, but I've been to a few, and I think this is fantastic atmosphere.
Fantastic. And you have your new book out. That's what you're over for now. Jacob's Folly.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, Jacob's Folly, in a nutshell, is the story of a 18th century Jewish peddler who is reincarnated as a housefly in contemporary Long Island.
Okay. Interesting. I'll be picking that up and have a read of it. Sounds amazing. And does he have the personality and everything that he used to have?
Yes, he certainly does.
Oh God, he's stuck in the body of a housefly.
Yeah, he is. And he's a very lustful, kind of very scheming little housefly. But yeah, so it's a romp. It's a romp.
Fantastic.
I'm hoping.
You get lots of good people. What I like is the community aspect where there's classes and everybody participating together rather than just a few writers on a stage.
When you get a call from Spielberg, of course you think it's one of your friends banging on a Californian accent. But it's so preposterous, you know. But anyhow, Poldeck stayed with us and it took 10 years to make. Dear old Poldeck always said, "This is a great story of humanity, man to man." He said, "An Oscar for Oscar." And he called me Spielberg. I wrote the first version of the screenplay, and Spielberg sacked me in the nicest possible way. I had from my daughter an E.T. doll that she wanted me to get him to sign. And I said, before I go, Stephen, do you mind signing this E.T. doll?